So some of these workout days just suck. So today it's, I think it's like 90 degrees now. I think it got hotter once I got out here. And, you know, being 43 years old, one of the hard parts about doing cardio, especially anything with running, is it's a lot of impact on my knees. And today, you know, usually I start out running by doing like a hit of 10 and 10, right? So I'll run and then stop, 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, just for like a warm up. But man, as soon as I started running today, the tops of like the front of my knees, so like right where my thigh kind of goes down and meets the top of the knee bone, both knees just were crushing. And even whenever I would stop, I could tell whenever I'd pull up and slow down between reps, they just hurt. Like I did leg day probably 2 days ago, so that might be part of it. So what I'm gonna do is, I tried to run in a mile. I got about 0.41 in and just had to call it just because it was too much. So I'm actually gonna try some more HIIT and see if that helps a little bit. Maybe just try to mix it up. You know, I hate to lose a workout day, especially on such a nice day, even though it's hot as nuts. I hate to lose a day overall, so I'm gonna try to mix it up here, do some HIIT, and hopefully the old knees can hang for a little bit. So, you know, there's my view behind me. You know, it's just, you hate to lose such a nice day for bad knees. So let's see what happens here. Well, so first thing I'm gonna do is, this is like the main road out by my house. I'm gonna try to run down there where that other driveway's at. Do a quick run, go down there and do some HIIT. But first I gotta make sure nothing's coming. All right, so this is where I was wanting to get up here off the road, do a little bit of cardio back and forth. You know what's interesting is, for me, being almost 6'4", weighing 212 now, but you know, whenever I run, I always feel like my body's moving super slow. And then my wife will videotape me and I'm like, man, I look like a sloth. But I still sweat a bunch, I'm doing work. So I ran down here, I was like, I'm gonna be going slow. But I think I was actually pushing it pretty hard. My body just moves very slow, or at least it looks like it. So gonna do a little bit of maybe some, what do they call it, parallel, where you go back and forth, HIIT type stuff. Let's see how that looks. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm using the Seconds HIIT app. Here's a link to that review. So every 30 seconds right now is what I got it timed to. So it will actually beep at me through my headphones when it's time. It's done. Stopping on these things helped with the knees hurting. Time to run home. So yeah, so about halfway through this, what I noticed was I was coming down here and touching it, right? And then my legs were tweaking, you know, kind of going and turning like that. So I was basically stopping on it and then trying to twist. I got smart about halfway through this and started running this in more of a figure 8 shape. So what I'd do is I'd kind of come at this from an angle, so with my right foot, I'd hit that and then just kind of carry that motion all the way through. And then I'd come down here with my left and do sort of the same thing so that I did not have to pivot and turn around too hard. All right, now I'm going home. All right, so walking home, you know what one of the most aggravating things is? When you do a full workout, for some reason your app doesn't record it. Not that that means a lot, I guess, but it's still aggravating. Trying to get those colors on my activity ring. Trying to get them all bright and shiny, but not gonna happen today. So, moral of the story today, my knees tried blowing out. Don't do back and forths when your knees hurt without coming up with a good pivot system. I learned that about 3 rounds in. And just because something starts hurting don't mean that you're done, right? I'm actually probably gonna jog home because I think my legs are all right. Tomorrow I'll wake up, and if I need to take a rest off of them, I'll stay off of them. But this has been my sort of unusual workout for today. My knees changed the course, and I just made a new one. So hope you all are doing well. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna try to run home. God, it's hot. It's probably 92 now. It's supposed to be getting cooler, man. That sun don't play. Whew. All right, thank you all. See you.